Hello traders, Des here with Grok Trade on Thursday, January 17th, 2013. Well, today the markets posted solid gains. It looks like it boosted in large part due to much better than expected data on the American labor and housing markets. It looks like, however, the financial sector missed out on the rally. Now, they're saying some did, but I'm going to agree. I'm reading some news thing from Reuters right there. But let me show you something far different than that. We do have a nice rally. The S&P up 0.56%, the Dow up 0.36%, and we have the Nasdaq up 0.6%. Russell's up almost a full percent. But banks, now this is the bank here has roughly 460, 470 banks. It's the largest index of banks out there. It's on the Nasdaq, up 1.25%, actually leading all the major markets here. So Reuters, I disagree with you. VIX up, even in the face of the markets being bullish. The fear indicator rises by 1.12%, but still there around 13.5. Gold up by 0.4%, silver up 0.7%, and crude oil up 1.14%. US dollar down a fraction. However, this is what is of great interest to me. Intraday as a day trader. The trend gives us advancers over decliners divided by volume flowing into advancers divided by that volume going into decliners. That ratio gives you a number. Anything greater than 1 is bearish, meaning more volume is flowing into declining stocks. Anything 1.2 or higher is considered quite bearish. We closed at 1.5, which is very, very bearish. So what's interesting here is even with today's rally and the S&P gang hit a 5-year high today, what we do have smart money buying those stocks that are dropping in with some velocity. So it looks like smart money might be selling into this strength. Now, technically speaking, zoom in here so we can really see this. Made a couple tweaks with lines, so if you are following me with these lines, make sure you make the same tweaks. But today we had a sizable rally here. Boom. But this trend line that we've been talking about right here, support and then resistance, 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 resistance. It hit that line and pulled back from it. So there was selling into that strength the tail end of today. Now, nonetheless, we've hit a 5-year high with the S&P 500. Very, very important. We have a high base breakout. Nice. We're way above the zero line here on the MACD. Really nice. But we have a resistance line. If this thing does an immediate drop, it could be a sizable drop here. What we need to see is another push to this resistance. The second candlestick after our breakout is hugely important to me, and I want to see massive volume flowing into that. I'm going to look at the spiders here on today's pop. Take a look at volume down here. And the volume, look at this. It wasn't as a tick higher, but nothing overly exciting. Let's go to the futures. We have a high base breakout on no volume. So there is no volume confirming today's rally. Take a look here at the Dow. Now what's interesting here, the Dow, it broke over a really nice resistance point, closed above it. Really, really nice. So we could have some more upside potential here on the Dow, but we've had a nice run, so it's pretty extended at this moment. Nasdaq daily, if you look at this, had this little pop, finding resistance right here, resistance, resistance, kind of finding that here, but we do have a close over that. And the Russells, you'll see same thing, popped up higher though from a resistance point. It has a lot of upside potential here. Back to the S&P, let's go to the weekly chart, and we continued to move higher. Not too bad. Now let's take a look at Apple. And that's the weekly chart. Falling wedge, doji, man, looking really good. And here on the daily chart, we had this pop yesterday. we hit our head at resistance. We were talking about this 509.80 mark. We opened up around there and dropped ever since. That's a big time area we have to be watching for on Apple. And Google, and in trouble, we were talking about yesterday, and check it out yet today, bleeding out. It lost 0.54%, so that doesn't surprise us. We talked about that in yesterday's video. Facebook, let's take a look at that. Now this one could be a buying opportunity right now. It's starting to make a move to the upside, but we want to see volume come in on a pop. Really low volume here, but if we can get an up day, look at 31 and be at a resistance point, but I want to see a lot of volume come in here, maybe 100 million shares or so. That would be really good on Facebook. And see GLD, take a look at that. You see we had a gap down, a major run today, finding resistance. The 50-day moving average coming right back down to a major area of resistance, so doesn't surprise us that it stopped there. Listen, we have 2 seats left, 4 seats already filled, 2 seats available for this weekend. If you kick off your 2013 on the best foot possible, and that is having formalized trading education. Those of you who do not will certainly not keep up with those who do have formalized trading education. It's just physics. So I hope you join us and join this growing group, and it's a great community. Listen to the testimonial coming up right now.
My name is Eric Gershon. I'm learning from Des and Mark about the trading business, actually. For me, it's really understanding the exact way to do the trend lines. You know, are they shadows? Are they the close of the candle? That was my main question. I really wanted to understand how to make the trend lines the right way. As Des says, you know, he's pulled back the curtain so you can kind of see how the professionals do it, because essentially that's what we are. That's what I want to be. I want to be a professional trader, you know, and I don't want to be an amateur, and I don't want to trade like an amateur. And that is the thing that I'm learning the most here, is how to be professional at this and how to approach it from that point of view. They have far exceeded my expectation. I think, you know, I know Mark for a number of years, and he has been talking to me about doing this for a number of years, and I've watched him trade, and I just want to I'll just take a little bit of the way Mark trades, and I'll be a happy camper. Des, I've been watching the videos, and he's everything I thought he was going to be. You know, to the point where I actually talked to him about, you know, managing my retirement account. That's how, and you know, I don't know him that long, but he knows what he's doing. He's the real deal. You know, these are the real guys. I've been to other seminars, and most of these guys just want to, you know, talk while they're trading. You learn almost nothing. You don't learn about the markets. You don't learn about trend lines. You don't learn about moving averages and what's the right, where should you put your stop. I mean, you know, here you're covering it from start to finish, and that is what I really like.